Hey guys, Max here. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about the incredible power of your body language. Honestly, this is a topic that's super interesting because, well, at least when I grew up and I learned how to flirt with women, I saw no one talk about it. At the time, I didn't even know this thing was a thing, and I didn't even know that the way you move your body, the way you behave, I didn't know that this played a role. No one was talking about it, and I think no one really understood what it meant. It seemed that some guys just had it, and some other guys didn't. And you could very clearly see that those guys had it and that those guys didn't, but you couldn't explain why. Well, that's because of the body language.
These guys just met and they think that they are better friends than you guys.
Really?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Our friendship began in the University of Miami dorm rooms, and we bonded over the game of golf.
Okay, Boomer. We're both gamers.
Gamers are probably the most oppressed peoples on the planet.
They're calling you a homo.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. I haven't played a game since middle school, man.
Uncool. Gamers, not gamers.
See, your body language really plays a critical role when you're going up to women, because this is what they are going to see about you even before you can say anything. Because this girl you're going to approach, maybe you see her in a club, maybe you see her on the street, maybe you see her in a bar, and even before you're going to say hi to her, she's going to notice you. Unless you approach her from behind, but I don't recommend you do that because that's creepy. Point is, she's going to notice you, she's going to see things about you even before you can communicate to her that you're an attractive guy. I talked about that in some of my other videos, the fact that you can seduce women without even saying anything before you say hi to them. And your body language is a huge part of that. Only 7% of our communication goes through the things that we actually say, the words that we actually use. And up to 80% of our communication goes through the way we move our body and the way we behave physically when we talk to people. So before we get into it, a very simple example so you understand what I am talking about. We can make the distinction between the body language of a shy guy and a guy who would be more confident. For example, if you're a shy guy, you will tend to try to take less space with your body. You can see when guys are shy, they usually walk like this with their shoulders inward. And on the other hand, if you're an attractive guy, you don't care if your body is taking space. You don't care if people are watching you because you're confident enough to take the attention, to take the fact that a lot of people are going to see you. And so that's an example of how our bodies, the way we move, is going to communicate for us before we even say anything. So now that you know what we are talking about, let's see how you can master it and use it to seduce the women that you meet. So I just gave you an example of a shy kind of body language as opposed to a confident kind of body language. But there are way more things that go into your body language than your posture, than the way you stand. So first, yes, your posture is important. You want to make sure that you stand straight, that your shoulders are pulled back, and that you, generally speaking, don't mind taking space. You know you're too shy and that your body language is not on point if, for example, when you're taking the subway or the bus, you are very aware of how you look. You are very aware of how your arms are standing along your body. You're very aware of your physical position. If you're too aware of that, it's a strong sign that you're not comfortable enough with your body. And this also means that consciously and subconsciously, you will try to take less space with your body. Having a strong body language also goes through your eye contact. A guy who is confident will lock eye contact with everyone to death. A guy who's confident will have this laser eye contact. And you can feel it, well, first because it's so rare. It's so rare that you meet people who are confident enough about themselves and who are feeling good enough about themselves that they can handle looking at someone straight in the eyes for longer periods of time. But also, it feels more honest. It feels more genuine. If you meet someone who's able to lock this eye contact for longer with you, you really feel like you can trust this person more. You feel like this person cares about you. Here too, you know you can improve your body language if you know that you're not confident enough to look at people in the eyes. If you know that when someone is talking with you, if they stare at you, you will feel uncomfortable. If that's you, that's probably the easiest thing to fix. Just work on it. Keep it in mind, and when people are looking at you in the eyes, try to be the last one to break eye contact. Honestly, as a guy who used to be super shy, holding eye contact with people was so hard for me. And when someone was doing that to me, I was always trying to escape the conversation. So I understand how it might make you feel. But also you must understand that once you do that, people are going to be way more comfortable around you. And the women you meet will feel way better around you. They will feel that you can handle your life better, that you can handle a relationship with them better. I talked about that in many videos as well. Generally speaking, the way you stand matters a lot. You want to always stand straight. And you will see it very often when you go to the club. When a guy is talking to a girl that he likes, he will tend to always bend towards her, slouch inward. That's not what you want to do, because it communicates to the girl in front of you that you really care about hearing her or getting your message across. And in a sense, it's very needy. A confident guy understands that if this girl actually wants to talk with him, she will bend a little bit, or at the very least, she will show a sign that she can't hear and that she would like to continue this conversation. Standing straight, being physically stoic, shows a lot of strength, a lot of confidence, and a lot of dominance, and women love that. Compare this to a guy who will be fidgeting, who will be not too comfortable about the way he stands. You can just feel that this guy is less at ease. If that's you, again, just keep it in the back of your mind, and whenever you're in a situation where you feel like you want to bend closer to a girl, or you're fidgeting with your fingers, or you're bouncing back and forth, just think about it and try to make an extra effort to stand straight. Another very important trait that high-value guys have and that they show through their body language is that they are very expressive, but with very little effort. For example, you can reply by using your voice, or you can reply by using your body. And what confident guys tend to do is, well, they tend to reply using their body, because they don't want to invest too much effort if they don't know it's worth it yet. So generally speaking, a high-value guy will tend to invest less effort and will use his body language to communicate. For example, to a high-value guy, if he finds himself in a conversation he doesn't really want to continue, or he doesn't want to talk with the person he's talking to, instead of telling them that he doesn't want to continue the conversation or that he's not interested, he's just going to turn away, or to move away, or to go away. For instance, it's the difference between a guy who is going up to a girl who gets rejected and who still tries to wish her a good day, and the guy who goes up to a girl who gets rejected and who just moves away without saying goodbye. I understand if you're not used to this kind of high-value body language communication, it might feel rude to you, or people might even tell you that you're rude. But understand that they just feel uncomfortable because themselves, they are not at ease with their body language. You can communicate with your face as well without using your mouth, just with your facial expressions. For example, when someone tells you something that you don't really understand, instead of asking them, what's going on? What do you mean? Just use your facial expression and raise an eyebrow and stare at them a little bit, and wait for them to understand that you didn't get it. Again, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to do that if you're not at ease with long pauses and with long silences in a conversation. If you're not at ease with the social pressure that comes with having some blank in a conversation, it's going to be very tough for you to do that. But again, this is something that you can notice and that you can practice. Your body language is so important, and that's exactly the same thing on dating apps, through your photos, for example, because your body language on your photos is the only way women are going to know that you're confident and attractive. That's the only way women can tell when they watch your photos. That's the only way they can know that, okay, this guy is a high-value guy, because they can see it in his body language. If you want to know more about what kind of photos work well on dating apps, there is a free training for you right below this video. Honestly, when I learned about body language, this is the point when I was like, oh my god, I understand why cool guys are cool guys. I understand why hot guys are hot guys, and why shy guys are shy guys, even before saying anything. Finally, I understand why those guys are cool and why those guys are not cool, just based on the way they carry themselves. But again, this is subtle, and this is why you don't see people talk about it. It's just hard to understand. If you look at the surface, you're just going to think, oh, okay, this guy is handsome, so he gets the girls. And this guy is shy and creepy, so he doesn't. But there is more at play. That's why I encourage you to really pay attention to your body language, and generally speaking, to become more stoic, to react less physically to whatever is happening to you, to always stand straight and to look at people right in the eyes. And really, those things are fundamentals of seduction. Those things are basic things that you must know to flirt with women. But again, I feel no one's talking about it. And considering most guys don't really know about that, if you master those basics, you're gonna get so much more results than the average guy just by doing not much. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing. Tell me what you thought about it in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.